Right now, on to the point.
She was just wonderful. She was the best thing that happened to us.
From turning grief into action over losing a child to cancer, to upcycling treasures to help others.
This is bigger than us, and it's clothing, basic necessities.
Reuniting families with their lost items on the river.
I personally find close to 100 phones a year.
And creating community through laughter.
It's one good thing that came out of COVID.
Exactly.
Meet our champions of hope.
Thank you so much for joining us on this special edition of To the Point. I'm Alex Bell. We know that in news, stories are filled with challenges and hardships, but incredible things really are happening every single day. From neighbors helping neighbors to inspiring acts of kindness. Each week on To the Point, we feature a new champion of hope. And over the next half hour, we're introducing you to some of those who are really making a difference in our community. First up, meet a local family whose journey through grief is now helping others.
First they beat boxing.
Good luck with that. You're taking the stand.
Olivia was funny. She was super caring.
Reach the stars.
She just cared about everyone, but she was also a prankster.
Okay, cool.
She loved life.
This is now my freedom!
Olivia Chan left a mark on everyone she met.
Honestly, she was the glue to our family. And so when she ended up passing, it was quiet.
And unexpected. What started as a bellyache.
So I took her to the pediatrician. Pediatrician confirmed, like, yeah, you know, it takes her a couple of weeks to get over the stomach bug, but she'll bounce right back. So we get home, and sure enough, later that afternoon, she's running around and she's jumping off the couch. She's FaceTiming my sister.
Quickly took a turn. When Olivia started feeling sick again, her parents, Raina and Mel, took her back to the doctor.
And so he carries her into the ER, and I'm calling, you know, for nurses and doctors, and I'm like, you guys have to help her, there's something wrong. And so at that point, she was completely paralyzed on her right side of her body. And that's when they took her in to get a CT scan. And that's when they discovered like a massive brain bleed.
And then the Chans got more unexpected news.
A couple hours later, a doctor comes in and he says, we think she has a really rare form of blood cancer. And we're like, okay, well, what do we deal with first? Are we going to deal with the aneurysm, the cancer? What are we doing?
Doctors performed multiple surgeries on Olivia while trying to treat her cancer. But in just 3 days of her diagnosis, Olivia died.
It was probably one of the hardest things that we had to go through. But it was surreal because, you know, she was playing soccer. She was running around. She had just turned 9.
Happy birthday to you.
Olivia's death, an unimaginable loss they then had to explain to their son.
I remember calling him and I said, hey, we're gonna be in the hospital a lot longer than I thought. Olivia's not doing well. And his response was, well, what do you mean? No one dies from a stomach flu, right? I said, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be home in a couple hours. And that was the last thing that I said to him, that she'll be okay. And you know, and 3 days later, we had to tell them that she wasn't coming home.
The Chans tried therapy and searched for ways to help their family with the grief, but nothing stuck. Then they found the Dougie Center, a nonprofit in Oregon.
We were able to be around families who had gone through a similar loss or just a loss, and they understood exactly what we were feeling. There's no explanation needed, and they just got it.
The Chans are now bringing the same concept to Sacramento, creating the Olivia Chan Foundation built around the values she embodied: kindness, connection, and care. Their foundation seal inspired by
Lucky is Olivia's favorite unicorn, so we thought it was just fitting to make Lucky our official mascot.
Olivia's parents turning to the things that reminded them the most of her.
I wish I was a grown-up, I wish I was a unicorn. She probably wrote this when maybe she was about 5 or 6 years old, so we found this in her journal, and we put this on all of our t-shirts.
Their foundation now helps families navigating the painful journey of losing a child, offering free peer support, resources, and community.
So these are just a few things that we do in our program.
From care packages and books to activities like Message in a Bubble.
So we tell them to write their message here, stick it in the bubble, and then blow it into the air.
The foundation's ultimate goal is to open a free grief center in Sacramento and model it off the Dougie Center.
To be able to give the kids that safe space to talk about their loss, it's an amazing thing because they can all relate to each other.
Through Lucky the Unicorn, a symbol of hope and Olivia's spirit, and the foundation's work, Olivia's story continues.
There's no getting past this, and I think that's what we've learned. Grief is lifelong. And so that's what we love about this this model, is because you could come for as long as you need, and when you're ready to go on your way, you can go, and then you're free to come back.
Her legacy isn't just one of loss, but of love shared, grief transformed, and a family choosing to give back even in the face of heartbreak. Because when love is that strong, it doesn't end.
She was just wonderful. She was the best thing that happened to us.
It finds a way forward.
The Olivia Chan Foundation meets at the Greenhaven Neighborhood Church every other Monday, and we do have more information on our website over at ABC10.com. Coming up next, the Kindness Mobile Thrift Shop, how one man is remembering his mother and late wife by helping others in need. Plus, he's known as the lost and found of the American River. Meet the diver who is reuniting families with their missing stuff. Welcome back. We know that in news, stories are filled with challenges and hardships, but incredible things are happening every day. And in our next Champions of Hope, we introduce you to the Kindness Mobile Thrift Shop, where donating or buying clothes can help someone in need.
Welcome to the Kindness Mobile Thrift Shop. The original concept was, let's get a bus, throw things in it, and go to different communities that need help. Vests, denim jackets, leather coats. We're not like a big box thrift store. Everything here is like from the 80s as far as pricing goes.
The Kindness Mobile Thrift Shop,
Thanks.
started by Rusty Blackwell, is on a mission to help others.
Okay, here you go. Every penny that we secure, it goes to the Russ Cheer Foundation, which is the foundation that I started that has 4 branches geared towards single mothers and their children, suicide prevention initiatives, animal rescue, and underseen communities, because those are all things directly related to my heart.
The shop's donations are funded by donations itself.
And we handpick every single item you see, every stitch of clothing, every earring back. We pick everything.
But if you visit the bus,
Look up to the right, and you'll see her.
you'll notice more than just clothes.
Also, whenever you see a ladybug, that's my mom too.
Ladybugs, known as a sign of good fortune and love.
And her name is Joan. This picture was taken, I think, in either 1959 or 1960.
A single mom from New York with a knack of reusing goods.
She's the one that got me into the whole thrifting vibe and all. Like, when newspapers were in fashion, she was the one that would circle every Saturday, every Sunday, garage sale, flea market, thrift store.
Rusty knowing how a piece of clothing or even a purse can bring comfort.
I still have this bag in storage.
You still have
Yeah,
it?
I still have it. I have to keep. That's my mom. Yeah.
What do you think she would say,
She
seeing
would be
you do all this?
extremely proud. Blessed. She started all this.
What's making you emotional about that?
It's hard. It's hard. She died a year after my wife died, on the same day.
Rachel, Rusty's wife, died by suicide.
2020, on November 12th, my wife took her life. And that's something that really, let me tell you, that's not a club that you want to be in. We were dealing with mental health and dealing with her issues and things like that for many, many years before that day. And then once that happened, I knew that I needed to do more.
Every shirt, pair of earrings, or hat that's bought or donated, now giving back to those who need it most. Russ and his team recently took the mobile thrift shop to Southern California.
And good morning. A couple of hours into our trip, the sun is now rising on our way down to LA. And people are just pulling over on the road in their trucks, and there's the bus, and bringing more and more.
Giving away everything in their bus for free to LA wildfire victims.
We have to, because again, this is bigger than us, and it's clothing. It's, basic necessities.
The Kindness Mobile Thrift Shop carrying more than clothes.
Rachel wouldn't want me to be upset. My mom wouldn't want me to be upset. They would want me to smile and keep pushing and keep helping.
But also good fortune and love, just like a ladybug.
I've brought her with me in more ways than one. And she is the inspiration, and I owe this all to her.
Taking what his mother and his wife taught him on the road to share a little kindness in the world. And you can find more information about the Kindness Mobile Thrift Shop and where they're stopping next on our website at abc10.com. And of course, if you know someone who is making a difference, we would love to hear about it. You can share a story with us by emailing our team at tothepoint@abc10.com, because together we can keep spreading positivity one story at a time. Right after the break, meet the diver known as the Lost and Found of the American River, why he feels the need to collect and return missing stuff. And later, how a Davis family is making people stop, laugh, and feel connected with one joke at a time. We know that news stories are filled with challenges and hardships, but I promise you incredible things are happening every day, from neighbors helping neighbors to inspiring acts of kindness. Our champions of hope are really making a difference and reminding us of the power of community. So in our next Champions of Hope, we introduce you to Carl Bly. He might be a familiar face on the American River who may have found your keys, phone, or wallet.
The American River is beautiful. Come out in this river, it is therapy for the mind. You can let the rest of the world go. And this particular spot is right where most of the people who enjoy the river, this is where they launch their rafts from.
A place of adventure during hot summer days. It's also a place where Carl Bly finds all the stuff people drop in the river. Cash, fishing poles, and lots of phones.
If somebody brings it out here on the river, they're going to lose it eventually, and we're going to find it eventually.
What started as a hobby turned into his own adventure. In 2017, he created American River Lost and Found, connecting divers and people with their lost stuff.
I have to be honest, it's an addiction. It is super fun to find things, and it's even more fun, it's the next level of fun to then find the owner of the things you find.
And it all started with...
My father is a treasure hunter, plain and simple. My father got me and my brothers and sisters into diving when we were all young, and we spent most every weekend out here on this river back in the 1970s. We would look for treasures. So my dad was really the inspiration. My father, when he found things with a name on it, he would go through the phone book and call people with the same last name, and he would take out a classified ad in the paper, and he was able to return a few things that way. Piles of sunglasses, like prescription glasses.
Carl now creating...
This box is just some of the prescription glasses, yes. And we try to return these as well.
a collection of his own.
This is all of your treasure.
Yes.
Things I have to say are pretty unique. I mean, you still see people's lanyards on them. That's just incredible.
What started as a childhood adventure alongside his dad, becoming a meaningful way to connect with the community.
Lisa, if you're looking for your keys, they're right here.
I think one of the most unique things that I was not expecting to find out here were so many drones.
This drone, really would like to return this drone, and it had a memory card in there with some video, one tight shot of the owner, so we can definitely identify the owner if he knew that we had it. So that's the key. I have returned dentures before, believe it or not. It has happened. It's some conversation pieces.
Sharing his finds with over 25,000 followers on Facebook alone.
I personally find close to 100 phones a year, and other divers give me other phones to return. And last year, with the help of one particular diver, we found 157 cell phones.
In 1 year.
In 1 year.
You have a lot of stuff. Why keep it?
That's exactly what my wife says. Why keep it? But I can wind up donating most of it. I'm always hopeful that we'll be able to return them someday. Every now and then I get a message saying, hey, I know it's a long shot, but 4 years ago I lost the phone. It's so gratifying to return stuff. I can't tell you how many countless stories of people that tell me, my loved ones' last videos are on this phone and I lost them, and I can't tell you how much it means to us, that we returned the phone. I found a prosthetic leg one day and I had posted about it right after I found it. It practically went viral, the posted, and by the next morning I had made contact with the person.
But there are a few treasures he's hoping someone will recognize.
If you know anybody who lost a ring just like this one, then I'd sure like to return it.
Sometimes his adventures turn into rescues.
You guys deserve a medal. You just saved my life, actually.
Through every dive and every item returned, he's not just finding lost stuff.
He would love it, being able to find things and return them.
He's keeping his father's legacy alive in the currents of the river they both loved.
When I'm out here on the river, I have distinct memories of my father finding certain things in certain places in the river, and I can still hear his voice yelling out, there's a gold dredge down here in the water. I remember that one. It was just right down the way here. Spending time on this river, I feel like I'm still spending time with him.
And since our interview with Carl, he's been back on the news after rescuing multiple rafters in a dangerous part of the river. So if you want to see what else Carl has been up to or to ask him help finding your lost stuff, you can always visit his Facebook page at American River Lost and Found. Next on this special edition of To The Point, the so-called joke house in Davis, how it's creating community through laughter. Welcome back in. We know that in news, stories are filled with challenges and hardships, but incredible things are happening every day. And in our next Champions of Hope, we introduce you to the Joke House in Davis, how a family is creating community through laughter.
Along this green belt in North Davis, people are stopped in their tracks.
Did you know that Yoda has a last name? It's Lehihu. Yoda Lehihu.
To laugh.
I wanted to do something just to sort of brighten up the neighborhood, and I had this giant chalkboard. So I came up with the idea to mount it here and do a daily joke.
I really did tell the joke on a conference call.
That was you! Well, you're hired.
Michelle Livingston and her family started writing a joke a day during the height of the pandemic.
I just saw so many people really sad and disconnected, walking so far away from each other because none of us really knew how to respond at that point to the pandemic.
We love this.
Oh, thank you.
It's one good thing that came out of COVID.
Exactly.
One of my favorites that I saw was, what do you call a pony with a sore throat?
A little horse.
An act of kindness.
I just think it's a great example of bringing the community together in really small ways to spark joy and laughter.
To remind people they're not alone.
It was really fun to hear people come by and laugh or groan or hear parents try to explain to their children the punchline. It was heartwarming and made us laugh.
From silly puns to one-liners.
One of the dad jokes left as an offering for us was, I ate a clock yesterday. It was so time-consuming. They're really bad. They're really bad.
The board quickly became a favorite stop for neighbors old and young.
We're on the cross-country team and track team, so every day we run by coming through the Greenbelt, and it's always just a landmark on our route to see the new joke of the day.
All the little things that people do every day really make an impact on the community.
The jokes not only make people laugh, but help them feel connected.
I'm originally from Japan, and it's a good kind of a good training for me to to broaden my vocabulary,
yes.
Or the kind of the jokeness of the U.S. culture,
and inspire neighbors to spread a little kindness themselves.
One of the many cards people have left us, and people left presents, chalk, a bottle of champagne on New Year's the first year. It was pretty wonderful. It's a thank you card that says, thank you for spreading kindness and building community with your daily jokes. What a gift.
In a world once isolated and can feel divided,
particularly now, and certainly during the pandemic, community building is just sort of what we need.
A good laugh
that is a good one.
is helping bring people together.
I hope it's just a reminder that no matter what's going on in your life, you can take a moment to connect with your community and have a little laugh or a groan some days, but connection's really important. It helps get all of us through the harder times, which, you know, are a part of life.
And if you know someone making a difference, you can always email us at tothepoint@abc10.com. Together, we can keep spreading positivity one story at a time. And our next Champions of Hope, we introduce you to Naji Grimes, a beloved local football coach who really left a lasting mark on his community. Today, the Grimes family is building on his legacy, launching a foundation inspiring change.
He's just a remarkable person.
Gregory Naji Grimes, an Indicrum High School football star who went on to graduate from Boise State as an academic All-American.
He just had so much exuberance, so much pride.
Naji, a D1 athlete just like his father Gregory, would continue in his father's footsteps after college, serving the community.
Indicrum, his alma mater, where he worked with special education children, and also he coached the D-line. So that was just great chapters in his life.
Also becoming a father himself. In July of 2022, Naji was closing on a new home for his family and enjoying life with his friends.
The kids that he bonded with from like age 4, they were his lifelong friends. They developed their relationship. They played football together. They did everything. They also were the ones who were pallbearers at his funeral.
A 4th of July weekend celebration turned into a mother's worst nightmare.
I received a call. It was from his best friend calling to say that something horrible had happened, to please get to the hospital.
Naji was shot outside of a Sacramento nightclub, his family and friends praying. Naji was revived twice during surgery. Then the news came.
Suddenly, she said, and he died. And I'm telling you, I absolutely lost it. That part is still a blackout for me. I ended up outside of the hospital screaming, and I screamed so much, so loud, Naji, 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 till I blew out my vocal cords.
Naji, Deborah's only son, was just 31 years old. Just 1 month after Naji's funeral, Deborah and her husband co-founded the Greg Naji Grimes 212 Anchor Foundation. 212, the boiling point of water.
One of the campaigns that Coach Peterson had at Boise was 212. So everybody knew that meant to turn up. That's how he lived his life.
The foundation holds workshops on life-saving tools in the event of an emergency, raises awareness on gun violence, and provides scholarships to young athletes.
Small as a Giant scholarship. And that was one of the tattoos that Naji had. That is a person who deserves notoriety, however they remain humble. And that's how Naji navigated.
The foundation works with law enforcement, the state legislature, and city council.
We're gifting the city every chance that we get. We didn't want to come in as a nonprofit with our hands out. We wanted to come in with our hands full.
Putting forward Naji's law, proposing mandatory exterior cameras and metal detectors for downtown and midtown clubs and bars. His son Ace and his mom Denise lead Imagine That.
Ace is actually the face of Imagine That.
Helping children who have experienced trauma or have lost someone by granting sports wishes like seeing a Kings game.
Just know that Ace is very serious about his role in Imagine That.
The family's journey hasn't come without hardships. During our interview, Deborah sharing a personal struggle.
Because I just thought about something. I'm going to have to talk about it. Okay. I am now experiencing psychoneuroimmunology. And that's where your physical, your neurological system, your grief, all of that collides. And it can create a paralysis. I'm on a walker now, and I have been for a few months now. There's collateral damage when it comes to gun violence.
Naji's foundation growing into a reminder that even in loss, there is power in legacy.
I could hear Naji say to me, Mom, get up. Just get up. And that's when I said, oh, okay. and got busy. So now Naji would say, keep going. Don't stop. You can do it.
The foundation participates in a number of community events. You can find a link on their website over at ABC10.com. And before we go, in our Champions of Hope, how everyday heroes are inspiring the next generation at PS7 Middle School right here in Sacramento.
It was an accident.
I was actually coming to school and I got into a fender bender. So I called 911 and the EMTs were right there.
That introduced heroes to 6th grade teacher Miss Heath.
They were my hero at the moment, pretty much why I wanted them here.
She wanted her students to know them too.
Every Wednesday we had what's called the Everyday Heroes. So I kind of wanted to take a creative spin on it. We had therapy dogs come, I had cops, and then our last one was EMTs.
We jumped at the opportunity to come out and share an experience with the kids. Nowadays, one person's sitting up there.
27-year veteran EMT Mike Ryder gave students a first-hand look at his office.
I never seen the inside in person before.
These are new sheets.
It's like really special when they save people because sometimes they do CPR and some people don't come back.
Hoping to inspire the next generation of heroes.
It's probably something I would like to do. I definitely see them as heroes because that's what heroes do, they save your lives.
This was the age in where I started to kind of see the path that I wanted to go in, to do ride-along programs and see the job firsthand, put me on that pathway towards my career, which I'm still in today. So this device.
How do you think it helps kids your age to see EMTs, police officers, and people in different fields?
They make me feel comfortable, protected, so whenever I need help, I can just call them.
It helps me learn about the people in my community.
I'm fortunate enough to work in the city where I grew up, so it's kind of giving back, and I love it every day. Yes, sir.
After a day in class, I learned.
I can't say enough how much I love them.
It was no accident that Miss Heath was a hero herself.
I don't see myself as a hero. I just see more of like a role model and a figure. I just want to help them be better and learn.
And go step by step.
And we know there are so many more stories waiting to be told. So if you know someone who is making a difference, of course, we would absolutely love to hear about it. And you can share a story with us by emailing our team at tothepoint@abc10.com, because together we can keep spreading positivity one story at a time. And don't forget, if you want to catch up on any stories or any shows, you can always download our free ABC10 Plus TV streaming app straight to your TV.